Hey everyone, time for another one of these yearly recap videos. It has been a year of sustained work on the biggest gamble of my career. This has happened alongside a high output of both freelance work, pixels, and words. Here's everything I worked on in 2025. Now the year couldn't have started more symbolically. I rekindled my painting skills and quietly painted the Dino Lords figurine that we gave everyone on the team as a Christmas gift. Now, it's been a few years since I painted, but I think it turned out alright. I also made some alternative app icons for the terminal app Ghosty, and freelanced on some alternative app icons for health app Bevel. Now, I've said it many times, but I love working on customizable app icons, and I think every app should have them. In February, we attended Copenhagen Gaming Week showcasing Dino Lords. I also got to design the new physical award for Spilprisen, the Danish Game Awards. It was a really fun challenge to make an award that I felt represented the intersection between technology, business, and art. Now, I worked with some great people on this, and we 3D printed the final awards. I was there at the award show when they were handed out, and it was great to see people's reactions. I designed a new logo for my son's school. And I wrote about the death of design, a reflection on how mainstream design lost its creative spark and why we should bring it back. In April, I converted a Dell Optiplex into the ultimate Windows XP gaming machine. Now I obviously also had to paint it in the correct shape of beige. I went to the launch party of real-time strategy game Tempest Rising, and then I flew to Chicago to give the opening keynote for Deep Dish Swift, another excellent indie developer conference with great people and good pizza. Okay, enough of that. In May, I played around with the design for a game library interface. I worked on an app icon for the game Rat Trails and an app icon for the app Steno. And then I made the logo for Bornholm Game Days, a leadership summit that I also got to attend. In June, I traveled to Arizona to teach at the Creative Pro Week, an excellent design conference focused on learning and making creatives thrive. It was very special to me because I also got to bring my family on the trip. I'm increasingly using these trips as an excuse to explore the world with my wife and 2 kids. It means I have to spend less time away from them, and it's giving us some unique experiences in places we might not otherwise get to see. At Creative Pro, my son was allowed to watch me give my talk Chasing Fun in front of a fantastic audience. And I'm so grateful that I get to share this part of my career with my family. The Switch 2 launched and Liquid Glass was announced. And while there was a lot to love on iOS, macOS iconography was hit hard by the unification. All the icons were sent to Squircle Jail, and we all collectively spent some time processing what I would call a downgrade for a wide range of app icons on the platform. I designed a bunch of alternative takes on this new style, and we even saw Apple change course on some of the more egregious ones, like the Finder icon. In July, I kept experimenting with this new icon composer tool that Apple put out. I made a Liquid Glass Steam app icon. We also ran the very first alpha wave test of Dino Lords. Now, we kept it small for the Discord community, and it didn't have a lot of content, but it was amazing to finally get the game into the hands of a very early set of players. Testing. Hi there. Thank you for taking the time to play this alpha build of Dino Lords. In August, I made a bunch of freelance work. A new app icon for iSunday, an app icon for the homework app Due Tomorrow, a Liquid Glass app icon for Digidentity, and then I helped out my friend Josh with a pixel art app icon for his upcoming fishing game. We again went to Gamescom. This year, we only had one press engagement, PC Gamer. More about that in a minute. On our way home from Cologne, we set our sights on a very ambitious timeline of making a new, much larger closed alpha, along with a big trailer announcement. Ended the month running the DHL race in Copenhagen with the Northplate team. I made matching shirts for us. In September, a lot of people needed Liquid Glass app icons, so in the evenings after the kids were asleep, I made a new app icon for Alpenglow. I made an app icon for rep count. I made an app icon for the app Support. I made an app icon for Fitlytics. And I made an app icon for Song Mix. I then traveled to Oceanside to give a talk at ValueCon. It's been 11 years since I last spoke at a ValueCon, this incredibly unique small creative conference in San Diego. It was amazing to see this kind of intimate rekindling of creative community, and when I came home, I wrote an article about how we lost it and why it's so important in the future ahead. Throughout all of these months, I obviously did a lot of work on Dino Lords. Design, meetings, decisions, playtests, and everything in between. I do most of the UI for the game, and we had a lot of screens to get ready for the upcoming closed alpha. Now, interface design like this has been what attracted the designer in me to games, so it's fantastic to get to work with amazing people on this type of art. Now, the plan was to originally announce the upcoming closed alpha of Dino Lords with a big new alpha trailer. Now, this was supposed to happen before I went on a family vacation to Japan. However, work on both the alpha and the announcement trailer took longer. So I of course ended up having to coordinate the announcement while away. I wrote a little behind the scenes of that effort called the Shinkansen upload. I'm not sure a lot of people have launched a game trailer from the Shinkansen before.
Sign up for the closed alpha and wishlist now on Steam.
New trailer ended up doing very well with more than 150,000 views on YouTube. We got 20,000 playtest signups, and by the end of October, we were ready to let in more than 1,000 players in the second alpha wave. We got a fire hose of feedback and immediately started work on the next wave of alpha testing. In November, I made more late night app icons. An app icon for Cast-O-Matic, an app icon for the alarm clock app Awaken, a fun concept for body measurement tracker, an app icon for captions, and a few custom drive icons for myself. I also worked on a new logo for the grassroots game dev event in Denmark called Spilbar. Took a planning trip to Sweden with the Northplay team where we digested feedback and planned features for the Dino Lords roadmap. I also volunteered and gave a talk at the Game Jam for kids in Copenhagen called Coding Pirates. In December, I went on Antoine van der Lee's new video series and designed a new app icon for his YouTube Optimizer app. Had a great time talking about Icon Composer and AI. I also went on the Captain Offscript podcast to talk about career choices and how to survive Scandinavian winters. If you can, leave. Like, go on a vacation. Now, the fruits of our one press engagement at Gamescom was finally ready to be unveiled. Dino Lords was on the front page of PC Gamer in December of 2025, the largest PC gaming magazine in the world, complete with a 10-page glowing feature inside. Honestly, even saying it now feels kind of surreal. Like, I have it right here. And I grew up reading this magazine. And just having something that I worked on be on the cover of this magazine is crazy. And while I don't know how many wish lists something like this actually generates, just the sheer coolness factor of a small indie studio from Denmark being on the cover of PC Gamer is going to be a highlight of my career. Like, whatever happens, this happened. We worked with them over the past few months, did in-depth interviews, gave them exclusive access to art and builds, and I still can't quite believe that we made it. We launched Alpha Wave 3 right before going on Christmas break. It had twice the amount of content from the previous tests and a bunch of new features. I wrote some thoughts on Steam about the development of Dino Lords as the year came to a close. As I keep returning to in these recaps, 9 of them now, is all the work that can't easily be shared in this chronological tirade, like all the little work in between the big lines. I spent a lot of time making content this year, like primarily on X to the tune of 6.5 million impressions. I had success with creating conversations around Dino Lords on Reddit, getting to the front page of several high-tier gaming subreddits. I grew my LinkedIn network and made a lot of new friends and acquaintances. I've also been more deliberate about writing more over at flareup.email. I wrote articles like The Future is Colorful and Dimensional and Through the Liquid Glass, which have been read by more than 100,000 people. It's been a pretty interesting freelance year too, but I have many projects that I can't share either because they haven't launched yet or might never launch. But of course, overshadowing everything is the work on Dino Lords. I'm struck by this feeling that the past 10 years of running Northplay has led to this exact moment. We're making something new and bold and ambitious. And it's hard. It's taken longer than we thought. We've pushed back our release date and the game has changed a lot. And it's still going to change. But this year was the year that we started testing with players at scale. It was the year where our vision for this new hybrid genre hack and strat finally found its form. Now 2026 is going to be a make or break moment, both for my game and for my studio. I'm taking a chance here, and it's a chance that I'm proud to be taking. Like, I love the work. I'm surrounded by great people, and it feels meaningful. And honestly, at the end of the day, that's pretty damn good. Thank you for watching this yearly recap. I know I don't upload a lot of videos, so if you watched all of this, please make sure to leave a comment down below. I hope all your creative projects bear fruit this year. Have a great one.